My name is Blaze and I'll be leading you through the activist self-portrait activity. This activity is inspired by Cubism and African masks, where we'll be using paper to construct the cubist shapes. Here are some examples of some African masks, so let's get started. So first you're going to gather your materials. You'll need 2 pieces of paper, coloring utensils, a glue stick, scissors. You're going to start by tearing off a small corner of one sheet of paper and write down some words that describe your character. So I'm writing words such as caring, uplifting, ambitious. Next, you're going to write down words that describe what kind of leader you are. So I wrote responsible, logistical. So now we're going to be taking a look at a social change role map. You're going to want to pause to read these carefully. You're going to review the words you've already written down on your piece of paper and identify 2 of these roles that you identify with. So for example, I chose storyteller and builder. Since a lot of my words involved creativity, those are the roles I chose. Now with a pencil, you're going to write all of the words you wrote down on your sheet of paper with the rip taken out of it, and you're going to spread these out evenly. And after you do that, you're going to cut geometrical shapes around each word, and these are going to make up the facial features of your portrait. You want to make sure that these shapes fit within your hand and aren't any smaller or larger to ensure that they make up the facial features of your portrait. It's also good to set the intention of what each shape is going to represent on your face. So for example, I cut an almond shape to make sure that that could be used as my eyes. So now you're going to take all your shapes and arrange them on your second sheet of paper. You're going to want to arrange them in a way that makes up some kind of facial structure. So I'm using an almond shape for my eye, a circular shape for my other eye, a long rectangular shape as my nose, and so on. You're going to want to take time to do this to make up some sort of cubist face or portrait. Now once your shapes are in place, you're going to want to glue them down. You want to make sure that your edges are laid flat so they're not lifting. Once you're done gluing down your shapes, you're going to take your scissors and cut around the edges of your face. This is going to make up your face shape. You can make this long or round or angular, whatever you want. Once you're finished, you can start coloring in your shapes. You can do solid colors or patterns, whatever you'd like. I also decided to fill in the empty gaps between my shapes. After you've finished coloring, we're going to take a look at the social change strategy wheel. You're going to want to pause to read since I know it's a lot, but you're going to look at the words that they mention under each strategy and try to connect them to the words you previously wrote down that are in your portrait. For example, I chose advocacy and community building as those relates to the words I wrote down. Once you've done that, you're going to write this sentence: I can enact social change through your first strategy and then your second strategy. As I mentioned, mine were advocacy and community building. This will serve as a reminder for your activist strategies based on your activist identity. After you've finished doing that, you've completed your self-portrait. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this art activity.